brought to you by Bethel School of Technology. Learn more at betheltech.net/Ken Coleman. Okay, fascinating story here from Netflix. Netflix has been such a really interesting corporate story to see how they came on the scene and really disrupted Blockbuster, and then they take a little bit of a dip, and then they rise again through streaming and up and down. And this is fascinating stuff, and I can't wait to talk about this. This was very controversial to some people. I don't understand why. But here's the headline. Netflix CEO asked managers to do a keeper test and fire all employees who failed. So again, you read a headline like that and everybody's like, oh, these heartless beeps or whatever. But you go, wait. Well, let's just dive into the story here. So in a memo sent out to employees recently, Netflix explained that it viewed everyone at the company as a member of a dream team, saying specifically, we model ourselves on being a professional sports team, not a family. This is very interesting wording. So we know the dream team is best known as the 1992 Olympic men's basketball team where NBA players for the first time ever competed in the Olympics for the United States. And Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson. You know, I could go on and on and on. I'm not trying to show off, Bob, but, you know, I know everybody on that team. And, and so now we take that moniker and now we have an actual kind of an object lesson when we say dream team. But a dream team just simply implies that we have everybody we could possibly want on this team. Every position, you know, it's an embarrassment of riches. You had David Robinson and Patrick Ewing. Are you kidding me? You had Charles Barkley and Karl Malone. Are you kidding me? You had Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Are you kidding me? Oh, you had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Are you kidding me? An embarrassment of riches. Okay? And so this is fascinating because Netflix says we see this company as a dream team. We don't see you as family. And that's a very interesting distinction there. Does anybody see it? There's no weak link on a dream team. It's like you take Larry Bird out, you put Chris Mullin in. There's no weak link. Hey, Patrick, it's time for you to sit out. Hey, David Robinson, go in for him. Okay, sure. We'll exchange super world-class 7-footers for each other. There's no weak link. Come on now. In the family, there's always a weak link. There's always that one cousin we all are a little embarrassed to be related to. There's always that one uncle that we're kind of like, I hope I don't ever see him in public. I mean, I'm right. But because it's family, what do we do? Well, we got to put up with Uncle Larry at Thanksgiving again. He's going to come talking about conspiracy theories and piss off half the family. Well, let's just get through it. Come on. Am I right? I'm 100% right. So the family, we're forced to put up with Uncle Larry. Oh, great. Uncle Larry's going to come in, and when he's not griping about politics, he's going to be talking about his gout. And he's going to drink all of the alcohol or whatever. You know, it's like, what do? We go, well, you know, we can't not invite Uncle Larry. Got to invite him. Why? He's family. But when we're putting the best team that the world has ever seen to play the game of basketball, we're not putting Chuck Nevitt on that team. 7'5" guy that played for the Pistons. He was awful. He's terrible. Look him up for you people that don't know who I'm talking about. We're not putting that guy on the team. Why? He's not good enough. So right out of the gate in this memo, it's pretty fascinating stuff. So they go on to say, a family is about unconditional love. A dream team is about pushing yourself to be the best possible teammate, caring intensely about your team, and knowing that you may not be on the team forever, Netflix informed its employees. Whoa. Now it goes on. Listen to this. This is the part that's controversial. To ensure they have the right player at every position, we are asking our managers to apply what we call the keeper test. asking this question. If person X wanted to leave, would I fight to keep them? Or, knowing everything I know today, would I hire person X again? If the answer is no to if they were leaving today, would I fight for them? Or would I hire them again? If the answer is no, we believe it's fair to everyone to part ways quickly. Everybody's freaking out. Controversial. Netflix is heartless. I think it's a fascinating question. I think it's a really good question. I think it's a great question. Because see, if we all go back to my family example, we all sat around at Thanksgiving before Uncle Larry and Aunt Mabel showed up, and we all said, hey, just for fun, before Uncle Larry gets here. Like, if Uncle Larry decided to never come back to a family holiday gathering again, would we try to convince him to come back? And everybody goes, no, it'd be great. If we had it to do all over again, would we ever invite Uncle Larry to anything? And if the answer is no, guess what? We're all kind of going, let's find a way to excommunicate Uncle Larry. We're not going to do that again because it's family. But I think these are fair questions. I don't think these are ruthless and heartless questions. These are fair questions. If person X, leaders, listen to me. This is what Netflix said. This is our keeper test. If a person on your team that you're leading today decided to leave, would you be disappointed? Would you try to convince them to stay? Would you sense that if they left, there would be a gaping hole that you would immediately rush to fill because of their unique qualities? Yes or no? If you had to hire them all over again, would you do it? If the answer is no, then what are we doing? Now, lest I be perceived as heartless, let me say this. I think the keeper test is great. I think it ought to be business 101. Because what it's going to do is shine the light on your hiring processes. It's going to shine the light on your leadership abilities. If someone came in and you thought they had potential, but you as the leader did not make the most of their potential, and they did give you everything they could give, and you didn't harness it, and maybe you haven't led them well, again, that's on you. So this kind of keeper test is going to force you to go, because you might say, watch this, you might have a split answer on those two questions, leaders. You might say, if they left, would I fight to keep them? The answer might be no. But if you say, if I had to do all over again, would I hire them? And if you go back to that original decision, you go, it was a good hire at the time. What has changed? Did something go wrong in their personal life start to affect them and you didn't help lead them through that well? Did they start like a house on fire and you didn't move them up as they begin to master? They didn't have enough challenge and so they got bored. I mean, these are real questions. It's possible. It's a very interesting split test. And I think it's actually really good. So I say bravo. And just to put a cap on this, I like what Netflix is attempting to do because they went on to share the 4 core principles. They want a dream team. We aim to only have high performers at Netflix. That's not heartless. That, to me, is legendary stuff. If you can put a dream team together, you should. And they define that, by the way, as people who are great at what they do and even better at working together. Number 2, they said people over process. You get better outcomes when employees have the information and freedom to make decisions for themselves. We hire unusually responsible people who thrive on this. I love that statement. Now, again, I'm not inside Netflix, so I don't know if they live this stuff out, but I love it. It's a good start. 3, uncomfortably exciting. This was my favorite value. They want to entertain the world, and to do so, we need to be bold and ambitious. That means embracing the thrill of what's next, even when it's uncomfortable. And by the way, this keeper test is an uncomfortable process for leaders, but it is what will drive you to get the best. And finally, great and always better is the next value. We often say Netflix sucks today compared to where we can be tomorrow. We need the self-awareness to understand what should be better and the discipline and resilience to get there. Now, let me tell you something. Again, you got to live these values out. You can't just write these and put these out in a memo. But as far as the sniff test and on paper, these are great. And I'm not saying I agree with everything Netflix puts out. Don't get me into that stuff. I'm just talking about what I'm looking at right here. And I think the keeper test is fair. And I think it puts a high standard, not on the actual people, but it puts a higher standard on leaders. And it's going to make sure that you're doing proper inventory, because people are your greatest asset. Period. End of story. And it's your job to get the right ones in and continue to develop them. Good for you, Netflix. I love it. Launch your tech career today at betheltech.net/Ken Coleman.